Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Good Times for All. There's Zachary Zabala here if you prefer. In today's show, we are going to be taking a look at magnetic healing and the properties that have been studied for quite some time now. They've been around for a very long time, we'll say. We're going to get into that. This is just kind of to show people how I do my research. And, all that kind of stuff. I've had people ask, well, how do you find this information? Where do you go to get your information? And really, it's a lot of sifting through a bunch of nonsense. Hey, Nachiketa, welcome, brother. Thanks for joining. So I guess I'm going to just jump right in. And I had to redo StreamYard. That's why I'm not really perfectly set up. For some reason on my computer, it made me go into something else and yada, yada, yada. But we're going to get that taken care of here. Let me get some. Okay. Let me share the screen with y'all. Okay, we don't. I guess we could share audio just in case there is some audio. And we will. What's going on? Okay. All right, so we're just going to start at Google Chrome search engine. And I'm going to put magnetic healing. We'll just see what pops up. Know my location. I don't care. Whatever. Magnetic field therapy, WebMD. I doubt we're going to find anything in WebMD. Blah, 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 blah. Healing magnets on Amazon. What is this? Many veterinarians have been aware of biomagnetic magnets to heal fractures quickly. I'm sorry, folks. I can't see chat just yet. Let me give me 1 sec. I'm going to jump into my YouTube channel, and we'll see if okay. Hey, Kelly, Karen B, Nachiketa, how are you all doing? Yeah, you'll see pseudo-scientific alternative medicine from Wiki. That should tell you everything you need to know. Everything they say is reversed. Everything is backwards, inverted. Max taught it for the healing properties. Science Daily. No. I know there's websites. These are not. Oh, those are kind of like the healing magnets that I've spoken to somebody. I believe it was in Dallas, the last FEIC. And these look like the ones she had were very well made. They were kind of expensive. It was 2 pieces of thick leather around the magnet. Yeah, none of this looks like any of that. We're going to get out of here. Amazon. Yeah, see, they hide this stuff so much. They don't want people finding this. It's on .gov. Yeah, you're going to find a lot of good stuff at .gov, I'm sure. Okay, well, let's see. We'll go take a look. I mean, you never know until Northern Clinics of Istanbul. COVID, blah. The strong magnetic field properties of magnets have led to their use in many modern technologies, as well as the fields of medicine and dentistry. Blah, blah, blah. Is this about body system tissue? Okay, this is real. Okay, I was thinking they might have been talking about MRIs and, X-rays and things like that, but this actually looks like they are using the effects of magnets and neodymium magnets in particular on the body systems, tissues, organs, diseases, and treatment is provided. Oh, and this is a .gov. There's some potential for harmful effects. Yeah, she did say this was very dangerous and not to try this stuff at home. Hence the disclaimer at the bottom of the page. Let's see. What do we get? Neodymium is a chemical element that was discovered in 1885. It belongs to a group of lanthanides, rare earth elements. It rapidly oxidizes in air. Okay, so that's why they always cover it with nickel or something like that. They have a plating that they have to put around all of our magnets. And when they do break, they do start rusting quite quickly. It doesn't take very long to start seeing the red rust forming when you break a chip off. That spot in there will start rusting. Okay, let's get to the healing parts. NASA, yeah. Health and medical usage. Cardiovascular system. In a study conducted in 2004, laser Doppler was reported to significantly reduce blood flow and skin blood perfusion. In the second and fourth fingers of the non-dominant hands of both poles on the neodymium magnet. Wow, that is very specific. Increased the nail bed microcirculation, although the study conflicted with other studies. The flow of red blood cells in the skeletal muscle capillaries exposed to strong static magnetic field has been reported to be reduced. Circulation, blah, 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 using a bunch of big words. I have no idea. Non-tumoral skeletal muscle is exposed to static magnetic. Okay. So in, conclusion of this little paragraph, the magnetic field generated by neodymium magnets is thought to increase microcirculation, but the effects on this are not clearly known. I bet there's some people who would like to disagree with that have been using magnets for quite some time. We're attached. Okay, in the study, a special device. Attached to the other group, the arterial and venular diameters of the mice exposed to static magnetic field generated by DM considerably reduced. The neural system. Magnets can be used to generate magnetic fields in neural electric activity research. Yeah, this is a lot of the research I do, folks. I just sit here and read through a bunch, and a lot of it is skimming. I'm just looking for those nuggets. I don't think we're going to find anything super. I mean, they are saying, at least, and this is a .gov, remember, that this is in question. There are actual scientists out there saying this works, even, and there's some saying that they're unsure if that's the actual cause. So right there, they're kind of admitting to that this is somewhat legitimate. Oops. Uh-oh, I might be running out of juice on my headset here. It just died on me for some reason. That ain't cool. Give me 1 sec, folks. Let me see if I can. We'll see if it dies again. Is the sound okay? Is it breaking up on you guys or anything? We're going to get out of here. And usually you have to go deep. Magnetic therapy, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Okay, let's check out this. I do like a lot of these .orgs for some reason. A lot of them, okay, disclaimer, great. This is information about herbs, botanicals, and other products. General, this website is not to be used as a substitute for. See, these people are smart, so we might find something here. Because the people that are really passing on the valuable information know that they're not allowed, to say that this is actually healing people and doing this stuff. They get in trouble for doing stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Party will be liable or otherwise responsible for any decision made or action taken or any action not taken due to your use of any information presented at this website. Yeah. Biomagnetic therapy. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Institute. Let's see what we got here. How it works. Magnetic therapies have no role in the diagnosis or treatment of cancer. The term magnetic therapy encompasses practices as simple as wearing magnetized bracelets, to using magnetized mattresses, to therapy that involves large magnetic field generating machinery. People have different theories for why magnets might have an effect upon the body, but they all generally claim that magnets act upon the body's molecules, ions, or energy field. I like that way, energy field, to correct disruptions. Thus far, there is no scientific support for this data. Laboratory studies show that static magnetic fields may modulate ion transport and related cell and neuronal activity, but the physiological significance of these findings is unknown. Patients also use magnetized bracelets, and mattresses to treat pain associated with fibromyalgia, diabetic neurotherapy, sciatica, and arthritis. Okay, so this is from the, okay. Although small studies have reported improvements in pain associated with conditions such as diabetic neuropathy, fibromyalgia, and arthritis, results are often indistinguishable from placebo effects. Now, to say something, this is also the case for the modern medicine and the pharmaceutical industry. All the pills they give out and this and that, even in their trials, the placebo effect, they can barely differentiate from the placebo effect and how well it works, which kind of tells you that's like one thing in this world that you really, really do have that kind of control over. Like plants, yes, you can get them to do things for you by putting all that intent, but your body is like, you can tell your body what to do. So when you take something and you think it's going to heal you, just by you, having that hope and that drive, that belief that, hey, this is going to work this time, this is going to work. It a lot of times does, even if it's just a sugar pill. So that really doesn't turn me off too much when they say, well, the placebo effect, they can't differentiate it from the placebo effect. That's true in a lot of cases with a lot of farmers. Now, I'm not saying all pharmaceutical products, because a lot of them are, when you need insulin, you give it to the body reacts and gets back to its equilibrium, its normal state. Now, yeah, I'm sure there's diets and things like that that can also do it, but we know that's the chemical, that's the thing the body needs to stop that from happening. But with a lot of these other drugs, especially the mind drugs, they don't know what's going on. Okay, purported uses: arthritis, muscle strains, post-polio syndrome. Any effect of magnets on pain. In the few trials that did, design flaws and possible placebo effect have called results into question. To relieve pain, fatigue, and other symptoms of fibromyalgia. One clinical study supports this use. To treat AIDS, to improve fatigue, to treat cancer. Wow, this is really just a, it seems like a negative site. It looked a little too well put together. Come on, back out of here. Spine universe, restore magnetic balance, micros calcium ions, accelerate to help heal bones, and let's take a look in here. Yeah, it's a lot of sifting through a lot of nonsense, folks. That's the one thing that sucks about doing all the, let's make this a little bit bigger here. Back and neck pain, although I do not endorse magnet therapy as a service to patients, the following information is provided. This is by an MD. Again, I am not a doctor, nor do I play one here on YouTube. Consult a physician before attempting to do anything you see here on this video. Disclaimers at the bottom. Using magnets for healing pain is increasingly popular with the public. However, despite this popularity, there is lack of scientific blah, 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 blah. Very skeptical of magnets' benefits. Despite the justified mainstream skepticism, the following articles seek to provide members of the public who are seeking information on magnets with... Nope. One thing to look at, I know this sounds horrible, but a lot of the people that are really just trying to put out the information, you're not going to see a bunch of advertisements next to them trying to sell certain people's products and this and that, and because so much of information now is really a commercial. So much of this stuff, they do it with everything now. It's all product placement. It works, and how it might help you. It works. How it works getting started. The penguin.com. Quick guide, see shop. That doesn't, when it has shop, it doesn't always mean that it's bad. Let's see here. Imagine you're pursuing the aisles at the pharmacy looking for something to use in the persistent ache of tennis elbow. Blah, 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 blah. Now, I was looking through alchemy stuff yesterday, trying to find some stuff just about how alchemy works. And I was like on page 5 or 6 before I hit anything that was even relevant to comprehending alchemy and actually applying it to chemistry. All of them said that alchemy is trying to turn metals into gold and making the philosopher's stone the elixir of life, and that's nonsense. That may have been the goal of a select few alchemists who went mad trying to do it, but no, that is not what alchemy is about at all. So finding the information on this, patients like me, magnet therapy, magnetic theory, alternative medicine practice on the use of static magnetic fields. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Fine treatment, fatigue, repair, learning experience, lots of join us now. No, that's it. You can find stuff diving deeper into some of these things. Okay, sharing tweet pin mails, SMS notion, blah, blah, blah. Studies have shown them in... Okay, biomagnetism trainings.com. Thank you, Karen B. I will type that in right now. Let's just open up another one. All right. Certification in person and online. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I should have put in school. Since 2010, they've been doing this. Let's click on more information real quick. Let's see. Okay. See, these are the sites I like right here. See that? There's no advertisements. There's nothing that says store up here. Come and buy our stuff or this or that. It's just information. Not a bunch of pretty pictures. There's a couple pictures here and there, you know, showing videos, showing the people they're talking about. Oh, here we go. These are the things. Yes, this is it. Thank you so much, Karen B. Awesome. Some sacred geometry over here. Wow. Yes, these are the little devices, this is nice thick leather, you know, wrapped around the magnets. More detail on study here. .gov. Study published here. .gov. Wow. Typhoid fever. Wow. So this guy, Miami, Florida 2020. Wow. Okay, I'm going to go back. Oh, does this open a new tab when I do this? No, it takes me into that. Okay. We're going to go back to this page right here. Learn the right way from the legacy of its creator. Since 2010, Biomagnetism USA has trained hundreds of successful therapists around the world. We are successful because we love what we do, and that is so true in anything. So much of success comes with, you know, the dedication and intent that you put into things. Unless you sell your soul and join the club, you know, but the real, you know, you could go to the big chain store and buy a product, or you can find an artisan and craft it for you. Yeah, it's going to cost a lot more because there's a lot more intent and love involved in that. And those people, they love what they do. We educate and share that information directly from the source. Biomagnetism requires your presence to be able to understand the complexity of one of the most successful alternative healing therapies available today. Oh, am I not showing the screen? I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, I'm still... Jeez, oh, Pete's. I didn't realize that you guys didn't see it when I changed. I've been looking at all kinds of stuff. My goodness. I apologize. Let me go back and make sure. Okay, yeah, now you guys are... Jeez, oh, Pete's. Still kind of new at this, folks. This is what I was talking about right here. This is where I'm reading from. Was the first organization, Biomagnetism USA was the first organization to discover and bring biomagnetism trainings to the USA. We had the honor to host Dr. Isaac Goyes. I apologize if I'm mutilating his name there. In San Francisco, this is exactly where this lady said I think she took his class actually, where he taught his master class for the first time in 2010 until 2016. Since he retired from teaching abroad, he asked his sons, Dr. David and Moises Goyes, to continue his work in the USA in order to enhance and keep the integrity of his teachings. Advanced protocol and vectors. Okay. It's the only organization that offers official certification from its creators. Okay. Dublin, Ireland. We use live. So this is Miami, Florida, San Francisco, and in Ireland. Dublin. Come from Mexico to bring us their latest information. We have 2 amazing translators. Okay, blah, blah, blah. All right. I just want to get into the info. About students from Canada. Okay, let me jump over to the other one. Biomagnetism and microbio. There's not a. Okay. Let's just go. Okay, let me see here. There's got to be a better way to do this. Microbioenergetics. I don't know if I'd get in trouble for playing the videos. 1,600 euros for the training. So I don't think they're going to just be giving out too much of the information here. They are. Let's see if they have any books or anything like that that they've. Okay, this looks like it might be some information here. Wow, Karen B is taking his class in February. That is awesome. In the past few years, this Dr. Miguel Rijos has been doing an amazing and extensive research on the emotional, energy, genetic, and transgenerational causes of disease and how it relates to microbes. People tend to pick up certain pathogens while others who are equally exposed do not get infected. He discovered that microbes are our allies. They are actually here to teach us and help us overcome fears, traumas, and other emotional issues so we can attain a balanced and healthy body, mind, and spirit. Okay, microbio. That looks like interesting information, but that's not really what... Come on, I just want a book. Okay, what's this one guy's name? Let's go back. And we're going to look at this guy's name here. And we'll just search him up and see what pops up. He's got to have a book out. What's his name? Goys. Dr. Isaac Goys. Okay. So we'll put in Dr. Isaac Goys. Which Goys is it? Goiz. Okay. Okay, let me StreamYard this. I don't know how to jump from one to the other without jumping out of it. Okay, Biomagnetismo, medical. Level 1 and 2, it's the greatest honor for me that a scientist of his caliber has been my teacher. It's got Goys in the name. Let's see. Okay, books on Amazon. A lot of hardcovers. I just want a PDF. I just want the information. Currently unavailable. There's got to be something else. We'll put in Dr. Isaac Goy's books. $6. So $60 for that book. Let's see. Listen free with trial to the no, I don't want Moses Durazo, William Magnet Therapy. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, folks. We will let's keep going down. A lot of sifting, a lot of looking. It's author of the Biomagnetic Pair English, Dr. Isaac Cohen. English, please. A lot of for sale stuff. Wow, I'm not seeing. No, this is just selling. Just selling stuff. What is this? Dr. Isaac Goy's? No, that's Duran. Yeah, Duran. We don't want Duran. It's somebody else. They're healing English personalized. No. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Aren't seeing when I go into it. I know I'm not really talking too much. I apologize. Trying to. I just want the PDF. Okay, I think I found it. I will share this page with you guys. Oh, you guys are seeing it. Okay. Let's. I don't want to download. I'll register for 1 month free trial. Blah 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 blah. No. There's always the free version out there. Usually. I just want to read. I just want to read the book. Pairs, famous and no, that's not. Well, yeah, this one is not what we're looking at. Goy's Duran, MD. Acupuncture and magnets. .gov. No. I'll buy it now. Only $95. I don't know if we're gonna find this one online for free. Without joining something or this or that. I don't like joining stuff. Hey, that's my birthday, March 8th. Is that a sign? Is the universe speaking to me? Now, let's see. Your file is ready to download. See, I don't like stuff like this either. I don't know why. That one just didn't, for some reason. eBay. What is this? Biomagnetism. PDF size book. 4.6 out of 5 from 772 votes. Create a free account. I think this is the same one. Get this ebook. Thanks for all the. This website, and it does. I get my most wanted. Okay. They seem like a bunch of people that are good quality ebooks. I don't know, folks. Look inside this book. Oh, .il. Let's go check a look on this one. Click now to register. Yeah, I'm really wary about the stuff that I download and stuff like that. August 2020. PDF. No, it's the same one. You'll get a lot of that, folks. It's the same site, just with different addresses. It's the one thing I can't stand about researching is sifting through all the garbage and nonsense. Okay, here is somebody with Crohn's disease. Look at all kinds of magnets all over them. Let's see, it was October of when medical biomagnetism came into my life. As I began my journey with biomagnetism, it quickly became, well, let's go down and see. Nope, they're not selling anything, folks. It still may be a advertisement, though. Let's be wary. I began my journey, but this is right here is, I mean, what the lady was telling me about and showing me about. Putting the magnets in different places and it healing you on the inside. It quickly became a fundamental part of my healing wheel. I am drawn to modalities that integrate both physical and emotional levels of healing. Biomagnetism is an excellent integration of physical and emotional healing. Now remember, we are magnetic beings. We have our electric field around us. And, you know, they say, you know, there are devices. I've never seen one. I would love to get my hands on one of these cameras to where you can actually take pictures and see this aura, this magnetic field around people. And they're different colors and they're different, you know, sizes. And I think all of our goals are to kind of get our magnetic fields aligned somewhat equally. And even though we're always going to have, you know, differences, try to get them all, you know, there's certain people that you just click with right away. You know, just by like 10, you know, back and forths, just, hi, how you doing, blah, 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 blah. And by the time you get to that 10th one, it feels like you've known this person your whole life. You guys are in sync. That magnetic field is together. It's a beautiful thing. It's, you know, and I think you come up to other people and the polarity is so opposite that you just get a weird vibe from them right away. You don't know why, but for some reason you just get this feeling about them. That's your magnetic fields talking. Okay, sorry for rambling. Okay, I guess this guy might be Goy's Duran. So all those Duran ones weren't. So medical biomagnetism helps balance and heal the mind, body, and spirit using magnets. Using negative and positive polarity in pairs of magnets, biomagnetism detects pH imbalances of acidity and alkalinity in organs and tissues of the body. After discovering the biomagnetic pair in 1988, Dr. Goyes Duran has since identified hundreds of magnetic pairs associated with imbalances in the body, including viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasites, and other dysfunctions associated with toxins. When the pairs are placed on the body in a specific location associated with the imbalances, pathogens and dysfunctions are balanced, and the human body will clear itself of their effects. Now, this is kind of just exactly what Royal Rife was doing, just in a different form. You know, electricity, magnetism, frequencies, these are all like the same beast. Just like water is ice and air and, you know, a liquid, it's all three of them. Well, these frequencies are all, you know, they're magnetic, they're electric, and what Royal Rife did with just frequencies, electrical frequencies flowing through the body doing this gentleman has figured out how to just place magnets in certain places to help straighten out these frequencies, if you would say. It's like a heartbeat monitor with, you know, the hiccup in there. This magnetic field, these frequencies fix that. They make it neutral. Everything is trying to get to a neutral point. It's pressure mediation. It's always this pressure. And that's when you see problems. And once you balance all this pressures, balanced. Once you're balanced, then all that stuff goes away. Your body can just clear itself, you know, of all that stuff. Biomagnetism is painless, non-invasive, and I didn't need to purchase any products or supplements. Sessions are approximately 2 hours, and I merely laid comfortably while the therapist placed magnets on the body and asked my body questions. Most patients only need between 1 to 3 sessions. I needed more sessions than average. Wow, so the therapist placed magnets on my body and asked my body questions. I love that. But it's 2 hours of laying there still. It's not something where they come and place a magnet on you and then, you know, 30 seconds later, how everybody, not everybody, I'm kind of preaching to the choir here, but you know how most people want everything right now. Well, no, this doesn't work that way. You have to wait for your body's response. And not every body is going to respond at the same time or in the same way. And this is, you know, 1988 isn't all that long ago. So I'm sure they can get it down below a few hours eventually, but right now we have it to where it takes some time to do this. After several sessions, I gradually observed the disease landscape of my body shift. Through biomagnetism, my body identified numerous pathogens, including parasites, bacteria, and viruses. Each time I was cleared of a particular pathogen, it was one less invader my body had to contend with. Now, this is the same principle as Royal Rife. And it's, you know, the frequencies. And using these frequencies to kind of break up these pathogens, these bacteria and parasites, without hurting the human body. Knowing that when I hit the body with this frequency, this vibration, maybe it doesn't break them up. Maybe it's just realigning it back to where it's supposed to be. And all that extra stuff is, you know, the whatever got in there to make it get messed up, that was messing it up, maybe it forces it out. It realigns all those frequencies and gets them at how they're supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, this isn't a new technology. It's a new way of applying it. But maybe we'll look into the Rife machine later on in the week and do some research on that, because that'll blow your mind. There's a lot more information on Royal Rife and the things he did. This really needs to be screamed from mountaintops right here, this magnetic healing, because it's the same thing, but you don't need a special machine to do it. You know, there is no technology needed to be controlling all these frequencies and stuff like this. This is the way to go. Especially since, you know, I mean, all of these, don't get me wrong, technology is great. It's allowing me to speak to all of you all across the plane right now. You wonderful people that are joining me here. But it can be gone like that, in a heartbeat. This can all be turned off. The magnets, you know, you have to put a little bit more effort into it to turn off the magnets. You really got to heat those suckers up to get rid of that magnetic field. So as long as you take care of your magnets, this will always be there. So we really need to start, you know, the healers out there need to start looking into this and start at least learning the application of this. And then, you know, verifying for yourself whether or not you think it is applicable. Over time, it became visibly evident that my immune system was able to fight on my behalf as one of my complications of Crohn's disease. A fistula had extended periods of inactivity. This was dramatically different, as I was used to swelling, pain, and infection in the fistula. If anybody knows what a fistula is, I'm not sure. My physicians were astonished as they couldn't locate the fistula upon... Okay, she's going to say fistula again, so I'm just going to run over here real quick and look up fistula. Fistula is an abnormal connection between two body parts, such as an organ or blood vessel and another structure. Fistulas are usually the result of an injury or surgery. Infection or inflammation can also cause a fistula to form. Huh. Okay. Okay, my physicians were astonished as they couldn't locate the fistula upon visual examination. I believed I was becoming less toxic. This was a miracle for me, given the amount of years I had dealt with the fistula. The cycle of remissions and relapses, while present, had much more time between episodes. By this time, I had witnessed other modalities that addressed emotional components of illness, but nothing more vividly demonstrated to me the emotional, physical connection than biomagnetics. So it didn't just make her feel better, like pain-wise, but emotionally, you feel better. That anxiety, that fear, that all that stuff, that anger. I mean, this works with everything. Even the placebo effect will alleviate these things. But just the emotional release of, you know, always being in pain and just not enjoying being alive. To all of a sudden now you're like, hey, I'm not taking all these pills that are messing me up and making me feel like shit as well. But I'm actually just, you know, how I'm supposed to be. I think that's emotionally, that is, you can't compare with that. Now, I've been very blessed. I've never had to deal with any type of chronic pain illness. But yeah, I can see how that would be huge. Just a huge lift in your emotions. MD studies microbioenergetics, the emotions, energy, and symbolic code of microbes. His research highlights how deep emotional conflicts and trauma cause imbalances in the body, and this is so true. Microbes support this information, and he found a way to deactivate the microbes, which will allow the deep emotional conflicts to imbalance the body and cause illness. Yes, Karen, we need to help people overcome the influence of the beast. I've been saying it for a little while now. Somebody needs to take over the emergency broadcast center just for a few minutes and get a message out there that everything is okay. This is all an experiment being played on us. You can relax now. You can take off your mask. This and that, yada, yada, yada. And then let it go blank for 10 minutes afterwards to let it really sink into these people. And if they heard it from the idiot box, from a national broadcast, from their overlords, they would believe it. At least right away. Yeah, later on, the news would have a field day, and they would find the culprit, like in V for Vendetta, and he would be dead and gone and blah, even if they weren't. But that would wake up so many people. Maybe that 10 minutes of clarity, that just 10 minutes of not being afraid, of not having your whole world turn into a tornado swirling around you at all times. Maybe they could just sit down and think for a second and realize, yeah, this is pretty fucking dumb. Why the fuck have I been doing this? Yeah, I agree so much that we need to. I mean, I know the frustrations. I've been dealing them with my family for way too long. I hate saying it. I don't want to say I gave up on them, but I've accepted that they are not going to listen to me, or anything that I show them, no matter who it comes from. If the source is from me initially, they will not believe it. That's their cog dis, whatever it is, but I have to accept that. I'm not going to destroy our relationship over this, because I love them and I love having them in my life, and I will enjoy the good parts. We can talk about other things beside this. It's hard right now. This is all they want to talk about. But yeah, we need to wake up, reach out, talk to people in the streets, not just your family. It's, when they say when Jesus came back to Nazarene or Nazareth, however you want to pronounce it, that the people that knew him when he was younger, they didn't accept him as a, some type of holy man or anything like that. No, I knew that guy when he was young. He was just so-and-so. It needs to come from an outside source almost. Really from that Lord that they have, the beast system. If the beast system told them this and then just gave them some time to acknowledge and, think about it critically and clearly, I think it could change a lot of things. I really think so. The integration of his work with biomagnetism was the most remarkable research I had stumbled upon thus far. I came to understand that pathogens carried their own emotional codes, or their own frequencies. This explained why I seemed to attract the same type of infections in my body. These infections were attracted to specific emotions, to a specific frequency. It's the polarities, which coincided with my general emotional states. Now, one of the laws of electricity, if you have, your capacitor plate and you place a charge above it, equally an opposite side of that capacitor plate will be the opposite charge. As above, so below. When you have a capacitor plate and there's a charge put into the field, and the exact opposite side of that field, you'll find a negative all of a sudden. If you put a positive up there, a negative will form just like the magnet. You know, it's searching for that. It's got to make it equal. It's got to make it balanced. And that's what all this, they're attracted to specific, we'll just say frequencies. So if you're constantly putting off this same frequency, this magnetic frequency that's an imbalance, of course you're going to keep attracting the same things. These infections were attracted to specific emotions, which coincided with my general emotional states: worry, anxiety, fear, low self-worth. The law of attraction grounded these concepts for me. Wow, she couldn't have said it any better. I kind of rambled on and on and on, and she said it in one nice small phrase. The laws of attraction grounded these concepts for me. My traumas and their frequencies became active when there was a trigger to a memory of a stressful or traumatic event. Once my traumas were triggered, pathogens who shared similar emotional codes were allowed to enter my body. Or maybe they were created in your body. Just the vibrations alone creates the pathogens are already there. Or maybe not there, maybe it's us being transformed into these things. Maybe it isn't something entering our body. I know there are bacteria and this stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know. And I become sick and inflamed. Emotions were the catalyst. And until my emotions were healed, this process was likely to repeat itself. It was a lot to digest, but it made sense to me on many different levels. It explained why I continued to get sick, especially following an emotional upheaval in my life. Sometimes even the good emotions seemed to relate to relapses. It was as though any emotional event in my life that was unbalanced, either extreme excitement or anger or fear, sent me down a spiral of negative symptoms. Now this is, Eastern medicine will tell you that they've known how to cure rheumatoid arthritis for centuries. You relieve your stress. You are too stressed out. Your body is so imbalanced that you get which we all do, you get a little infection in between your bones, and all of a sudden your body is so out of whack, your white blood cells can't differentiate the infection from good tissue, and it just starts attacking everything. It just knows there's a problem there, and it's just going to decimate, just nuclear bomb the whole field. We're just going to kill everything that we see. Well, this starts building up deposits of all kinds of stuff that your blood can't get out of that area quick enough. It can't carry away all these white blood cells and all this stuff that they're attacking fast enough, because it's just killing everything. So then you start, swelling up in there, and all this stuff starts happening. Well, Western medicine will say, we don't know the cure for this. We've got pills to help with the pain and, to help with inflammation and this and that, but we don't know how to cure it. Where Eastern medicine, back in the day, like they used to tell you here when it was like Andy Griffith times, go sit down by the creek for 20 minutes. Relieve your stress. Just concentrate on the creek. Go sit out in a field of flowers. Enjoy the field of flowers around you. Just for 10 minutes. Just for 10 minutes. Leave, the beast world out of your life for just a little while every day. And I guarantee you'll feel better. And that was what doctors told people. They didn't give them some pill that was going to cloud their mind so they didn't think about it anymore. Or something that's just going to, cocaine or opium based, that's going to hide the pain. No, they tell you, go relieve your stress. This is what's doing. Your body is out of balance. Yeah, it's stress is a mind killer. It really is. It stops you from using your brain. One particular session of biomagnetism highlighted the emotional physical connection, and from that day forward, I was keenly attuned to how to work together. She started working together with her body. She started realizing that, sorry guys, my headset keeps dying. She started realizing that um, when I get too excited or when I get too down, that, you know, bad things happen. Let's see how she did this. During a dance practice, I experienced spasms in the ball of my foot. It happened rather suddenly, and most would say this was normal for a dancer, but it wasn't normal for me. In the days that followed, I had severe pains in my small intestine. As the days progressed, I was curious if the pains in my foot and gut had anything to do with the fact that I had just started to write my book, sharing many personal memories and experiences. I couldn't help but notice that the more I wrote my book and started to delve into my traumatic and painful past, the worse my symptoms became. I wondered if there could be an emotional connection to the symptoms that were perhaps being triggered as I brought to the surface events in my life through writing my story. Unbeknownst to me, during this time, I verbalized repeatedly, what if I can't write this book? What if I can't do this anymore? What if I can't digest the information of my life? The theme of digesting the content of my life coincided with the digestion of my food as this became compromised in the days ahead. It was evident that my emotional expressions of I cannot digest the information of my life had translated to my physical digestive system, which was also unable to digest food. Wow, I've never heard of anything like that before. As the biomagnetism therapist scanned my body with magnets, she identified that the infections I had attracted, causing me such undesirable symptoms, had an emotional component to them. I wasn't surprised. The pathogens were triggered by or attracted to the frequency associated with the following statement: I can't. That's nah, I don't like that phrase. When I used to say I can't, my mom used to tell her can't never did anything. Casey, can you think back to the week and if you used the words I can't? Initially, I denied the use of such a negative word. The therapist smugly looked at me and said, okay, the body doesn't usually lie. She was right, indeed. I had sung a symphony of I can'ts statements through the week, which I would recall later and also be reminded of by my family. As we delved further into my session, the biomagnetism therapist explained to me that my body had triggered a pathogen because it had maximized its threshold of tolerance for the words and emotions associated with the statement I can't. Now remember, words give off frequencies as well, especially when there is intent behind them. So all this translates. Even the words that come out of your mouth affect things. Look into the rice experiment. The next part of the treatment was truly amazing. She pulled out her manual, which identified the emotions associated with various pathogens. She opened her eyes wide with a smile on her face and handed the book to me to read. It said the emotions associated with the pathogen I resonated with in this session were difficult test to assimilate, painful review of life, assimilation of an experience in order to leave it behind. So remembering the past, having trouble getting over it. Aren't you writing a book about your life? I looked at her and said, yes, absolutely stunned that my body had revealed these emotions through symptoms, and that my physical symptoms had led me to discover and connect to these emotions. So your mental state of being is so important for your physical well-being. You can eat the healthiest foods, you can exercise all day long, but if you are not, if you're dwelling on past regrets, you're not going to feel good. Pearl Jam wrote a song back on, I think it was their No Code album, called Present Tense. And it's some of the wisest words that whoever wrote that song, whoever wrote, that I've heard come out of Eddie Vedder's mouth. And it's, you can't spend your time alone redigesting past regrets. You can come to terms and realize that you are the only one who cannot forgive yourself. It makes much more sense to live in the present tense. And those words are so true. I'll say them one more time. You can't spend your time alone redigesting past regrets. You can come to terms and realize that you're the only one who cannot forgive yourself. It makes much more sense to live in the present tense. And that is one of my favorite Pearl Jam lines, without a doubt. It's, don't dwell on the past. Learn from the past. If you don't like what you did in the past, don't recreate that. Don't be that anymore. But don't dwell on it. No good comes from that. Nothing at all. Except you getting sick. Your body reacting to that in a negative way. There was no way anyone could have guessed these personal and private emotions. I hadn't even connected to them myself consciously. Needless to say, from this moment on, I never doubted the power of biomagnetism to access the subconscious and free the spirit of trapped emotions. From that day forward, I was compelled to aid my body in addressing the emotional pains that continue to impact my healing, and to truly give myself every opportunity I had for quality of life. And then it has a biomagnetism therapist listing PDF. Wow, thank you so much, Karen B, for steering this into a good direction. This is lightyearsparkle.life. If you'd like to check this out, it looks like she has more stuff about Healing Wheel, more Sparkle blog, testimonials. Yeah, so if you'd like to just hear more uplifting or just informative stories like this, just her way of saying, wow, I found a way to deal with her Crohn's disease that wasn't sucking down all these poisons and feeling like crap anyway. What's the point of taking a medicine that when you take it, you feel like crap anyway? It's different than what you were feeling like, but you still feel like crap. Yeah, so much of physical healing has to do with emotional healing. We have to learn from our past, not dwell in it. Love the person that you want to be and be that person. Well, folks, I think I am going to wrap it up here. We have some poppycock coming in about 20 minutes. And yeah, I can't wait to hear what poppycock they bring us today. Thank you all for joining me. This was fun. I think I'm gonna do this a couple times a week in the early AMs, just to do a little bit of research on all kinds of stuff. We'll just get together and learn together. You guys can drop stuff in the chat and I'll look it up and we can go over it. Whatever you guys want to do. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thanks, Karen B. Much love, sis. Um, yeah, so you all have a wonderful day. Remember, if you're feeling just not good in any way, physically, emotionally, mentally, how if something's, negative, find a flower. You don't have to find a field of flowers. You don't have to find a river. I am so blessed I can walk out in the backyard and go sit in a river. Karen B is so blessed she can walk out in her backyard and go get lost in the woods and not see any of this stuff and just sit down and just pay attention to nature for a little bit. Just 10 minutes. Watch the ants and what they're doing. Say hi. Listen. Notice all the vibrant colors. Listen to the sounds. They're talking to you. They're trying to get your attention away from that beast system. Nature is calling you at all times. All you have to do is listen. That's all you have to do. Nature is free. It's almost everywhere. Even if you live in a concrete jungle, you'll find a flower growing in a crack in the street somewhere. Examine that flower for a few minutes, and I guarantee you'll feel better. This is Good Times for All here, signing out. As always, thanks for watching.